The goal of this exercise is to improve the flexibility of the muscles in your neck as well as the shoulder blade muscles. When you improve the flexibility of your trapezius and your cervical muscles, you'll have less rounded shoulders, and this will improve the joint space in your shoulder. You perform this exercise by finding a table corner or a surface the height of your hand, stabilizing by holding onto the surface, turning away from your hand and arm that's stabilized and holding on to the surface of your hand, and rotating your head to the opposite side and side bending your neck. This will improve the flexibility. You should be doing this exercise for 5 to 10 repetitions, holding the stretch for about 20 to 30 seconds. You should feel a nice strong stretch in your muscles, and it should not hurt your shoulder. The next exercise is supine trunk rotations. To do this exercise, the goal of this exercise is to improve the flexibility of your upper body, reducing the stiffness in your shoulder blades, improving the flexibility in your chest muscles, and by so doing you will regain range of motion in your shoulder, allowing you to reach better, as well as improving the joint space in the shoulder joint itself. Your goal is to do 5 to 10 repetitions on each side, holding the stretch for about 20 to 30 seconds. You perform this exercise by lying down on the floor, knees bent, both knees bent, and rolling over on your side. Arms will be outstretched in front of your body, hands together, and then what you will do is just rotate back with the one hand, keeping your knees together and your lower body still in the side-lying position, but rotating your upper body back towards the floor as if you were trying to lay down on your back. Your goal is just to go to where you meet resistance and to try and keep your arms straight as you rotate your body backwards. With this exercise, you should be feeling a stretch in your chest muscles and arm. Depending on how painful your shoulder is, you can start with your arm horizontal, but as you get better, you want to angle the arm up more towards your head or reaching overhead. This will improve your ability to reach overhead. Be careful that you don't feel a sharp pinch or pain in your shoulder, and keep your arm in line with your body that's rotated backwards. Don't let your arm fall behind your body to avoid injury to your rotator cuff. The next exercise is called a standing side flexion. This exercise improves the trunk flexibility or upper body flexibility and will improve the joint space in your shoulder. You perform this exercise by standing up against a wall, trying to get your head, your shoulders, your butt, and your feet up against the wall, and while holding that position, you go ahead and lift your arms up about shoulder height, keeping them against the wall, and then slowly side bending your body to the one side, holding that for about 10 seconds, and then bringing it back up. You do this 5 times each way. The next exercise is a standing hip flexor stretch, also known as a warrior stance in yoga. The goal here is to improve the flexibility in the front of your hip joints. When your hips become tight, it causes you to lose strength in your buttock and hamstring muscles, as well as increase the curvature in your spine, and thus indirectly affecting your shoulder joint movement, which can ultimately lead to impingement of the rotator cuff. To perform this exercise, You can stand next to a wall or a chair. The front leg is slightly bent, the back leg both feet are pointing straight forward, and the back leg and knee is straight. What you need to do here is to try and keep your spine straight and keep taking your back foot as far back as you can, trying to feel a strong stretch in the front of your hip. When you perform this exercise, you can initially just stand in this position for 20 to 30 seconds, or if you want, you can try and lift both arms up towards the ceiling while holding that position, depending on the severity of your shoulder pain. Again, you want to avoid pain with this movement. You can do this 5 times on each side.